Then you might say, well, I can't control how my body looks. And you're right. But that teacher got a BBL. And first off, getting a BBL as a teacher is crazy. But you might not be able to control the way your body looks, but you can definitely control the clothes that you put on. And you're doing this on purpose. I know you're doing this on purpose. I think you get aroused. Those boys are fantasizing. Then you might say, well,
that's a crazy that's a big accusation.
It really is.
Oh, look at Miss Williams. Hey, Miss Williams. It's Monday.
What are we doing?
Ooh.
What is it that you're getting up, Joshua?
Hey, yo, shoot.
The table almost bounced a little bit there.
Very visceral noise, Josh. Like that seems like that just happened.
Oh.
I forgot I was on camera, bro. Like,
insane.
Oh shit! Hold
insane.
on. Let me pull up what. Let me share the video because I ain't gonna hold you, bro. God damn. Bro. They ain't make teachers like that when I was in school.
They did when I was in school. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess maybe not in my region. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
I'm a little bit divided.
Do we get it, or do we need more evidence for the research?
I could watch a couple more. From an information perspective.
Oh,
those boys.
No.
Who at my door, you guys? Hey,
Was she the same one with the brown dress, or is that a different woman?
This is all I'm saying. This is teacher babe. This is Miss Williams right here, babe.
Who at my door?
I think okay.
We're not calling women pedophiles enough. Like these teachers.
Ooh.
Oh, they going in on it. Jesus. Crazy opening line.
Yo, these folks are getting called pedophiles enough. Damn.
Nobody wants to be attracted to children, but somebody attracted to children. You know what I mean? And then you think in your head, like, all these women are so beautiful. Why would they be attracted to children? Because
also, isn't it fair to say she got coworkers too, though? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know if the coworkers are guys or if she likes guys. Maybe I'm drawing a.
I really only saw one outfit where I was like, okay, that's a little much.
Among the things that we just showed, or another one?
Among the things that were just shown.
Yeah, the white strap up heels with the short black dress and the like vest on top seemed much to me. But what was the one that you were thinking of?
The shorts one with the white.
Shorts.
Yeah, like that was the only one where I'm a bit divided on this too.
Yeah,
and there is a body of research on this one. So like there is the aspect.
Was not expecting it to have to be one of these
of like quote unquote professional dress tending to be more favorable for student outcomes. I looked at a bunch of these like a while back because somebody called that out, and I was like, I just wanted to make sure they weren't talking out of their ass, and they weren't. Like that actually is what the research says. If you actually look at those studies, though, I think that the issue is it wasn't controlled for age. So I actually think that when they're talking about professional dress leads to better outcomes, because the conclusions they draw is higher levels of reported respect from the students in those studies. I think if you control for age, they typically there's a spurious association between dressing unprofessional and younger teachers, and students don't respect younger teachers more than they respect older teachers, and then older teachers tending to dress. Yeah. Okay. So I think there's some stuff over there. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
But even regardless of like what I think, there is a body of research that says that professional dress like matters. So there's that. But BBLs aside and all this kind of thing, when you're a voluptuous woman, and this tends to hit Black women harder.
Yeah.
When you're a voluptuous woman, when you got curves, a lot of times what you wear is interpreted as unprofessional because just of your body being the way it is.
Yeah.
So while I think that like you need to dress professionally based on the research, again, I have my doubts on how the efficacy of those studies, but I can't, I haven't done the counter study. So I'm going to go on what we got. There's about a research.
By the way, to cut on that study, is it across all ages? Because we're talking about young boys. Is it about across all the ages of boys, if you know, or does it make a difference? Or
yeah. Like I did a cursory look and I found like 15 studies on that, man. Of students, it was across age groups. It was across boys. It was across girls. Okay. That like
generally
professional
and
professional
dress
or
girls.
Yeah, generally, the
Better
studies
outcomes.
found that
Okay.
quote unquote professional dress led to higher outcomes, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. But again, I think
I'm
the
sorry.
age of the
All right,
teachers
cool.
is the Spurs
Confounding,
Association
yeah.
that wasn't but like I do think that you got to take into consideration the fact that like I mean it's gonna be fucking thick women like wearing shit, and like she could be thick in a fucking muumuu. She could be thick in a fucking suit with like her shirt button all the way up to the top and all that kind of stuff. And I think that
Ass still
if she
gonna
was
ass.
I think that if she was dressing how she was dressing,
Mm.
and if she was built like Taylor Swift, that we would be having a different conversation.
That
But
is
No one would
true.
care.
despite
No one would
despite
care.
that, I am still divided based on the research.
I will like y'all know me to be like a pretty private person, and the thing that I always worry about is kind of my data being out there. You kind of have to share your personal information to every single company that you're operating with. You got to give your name, you got to give your address, you got to give your phone number and all that kind of shit. And then there's another headline of like some company losing your shit. There's been a breach. It's been sold to a data broker. So somebody's using that information for whatever. You're getting spam mail, all that kind of bullshit. So that's why I personally have stopped playing around with my data and have started using Aura to be able to remove my data, which is the sponsor of today's segment. They basically let me scrape all of that data off of those data broker sites. So go ahead and hit aura.com/waving the red flag to get a 14-day free trial.
Big facts. I'm about to get at my darn self shoot, at least for that 14-day free trial, baby. I already know some niggas and stole my goddamn or them sold my damn phone number. I'll be getting so many random texts.
Would they be texting you?
Just dumb shit. Hey, hi. Are you still
Hello?
interested? Are you still open for work? Just shit that don't make no sense.
I get
Are
shit that'll be like, Eddie,
Hmm?
Eddie, this is your grandmother.
You still
I'm in
get
jail
those?
in Nicaragua. I need $1,000. Or like it'll be like I fell in my apartment.
That's terrible. That's terrifying. That would be a little. That would freak me out if I were getting like those kinds of like.
I'm getting
messages.
I'm getting ghost scammer text messages, man.
Yo, that's crazy.
It's fucked up. On my grandma's name is really actually it's disrespect. It's like come on, steal my money, but don't zombie my grandmother. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah. Don't steal my money, but don't do that either.
Don't do either one. Aura.com/waving red flag. You know what I'm saying? You solve all those problems.
Yeah.
I kind of have pushed because I'm divided, so I'm just going to argue against both points in two different directions. One, I'm kind of like I wonder whether or not talking about the positive outcomes is the right way to go about it because top of mind for this is the whole like placing the ways in which people don't respect women for having bodies onto the women and then policing that. I do think that it gets a little bit muddy when we're talking about like an adult and kids, but it is also weird because I know y'all remember like how, at least in my school, it felt like especially looking back at it as an adult now, the way that the girls' bodies were policed around like not distracting the boys and not distracting the teachers was like low-key fucking crazy. And it was different across racial lines in exactly the same way that you said. Like they were sending girls home for wearing the exact same shit that other girls were wearing, just based off who like race and body. And so it's kind of like, okay, well, you could say that the boys were distracted, but do we want to police that at the point of the woman or girl in that instance? It's like, yeah, just like that's not where the intervention should happen is the first thing that comes to my mind with the research. But on the other side, the thing that you said about like you can't leave your ass at home, I also feel like you dress like professional dress. If the aim is to desexualize in order to remove distraction and improve outcomes, then that is going to adjust according to what body you have, is what I would think. You know what I mean? Like a short dress, like I know there's a dumb example, but like a short dress is dependent on your height. Like if you put a long dress on a real tall woman, it's a short dress now. So I feel like it doesn't sound that crazy to me to go like, you might have to dress different. If we're saying you have to dress professionally, you might have to dress differently if you're thicker. Like you might have to cover it differently to make it less whatever. Because you can accentuate shit. All ass is not assing equally. Like if you're thick in a muumuu, you're even thicker in a body conscious dress. Like are we disagreeing with that?
I mean, not that part.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, sorry. So yeah, just that last part. But the rest, feel free to. But that's where I'm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I too am a bit divided. But
let's look at some more videos just so we can get more information.
Right?
You know what I mean?
More. You know what I'm saying?
We need more
really
data. We don't have enough data right now.
Conclusion. Yes, we do not have enough data.
It's inconclusive. We need Exhibit A in the building.
Because like part of it is like, yes, for a thicker, more voluptuous woman that got them yams that want, can I get to the yams? You know what I'm saying? They got it back. God dang.
Yeah.
Because shit, I'm just that nigga. I remember, bro. Nigga, I've been through it, goddamn it. I have been a 15-year-old young buck, goddamn, in the classroom with a cute teacher shit.
Yo.
Shit. Sorry. But yes, I think Teacher Bay, I do think she's on some, just singling it to Teacher Bay, I do think on some level I think she's getting off on it a little bit. Like she knows what she's doing.
On some pedo type shit.
I ain't gonna,
or adjacent.
Maybe. I think it's attention. Because like she has bad bitch energy in the worst way.
Meaning like she's a club type of person.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she just kind of got this energy, like, like bad bitch. And I don't mean it like in the best way in that word could be used. Like, it's like attention seeking in a sense. And
Instagram,
I'm pretty sure and I'm pretty sure she feels great. Like she feels so liberated in her own body and all this other shit. But, it is a time and a place for everything. And she does have like, I think it was like a one outfit, like there was like a super high slit in her skirt or in her dress, like a thigh high slit. And that was like another thing that people was calling out too. Was like, nah, like you niggas is weird. This is not work appropriate, regardless of what your body shape is. You should not be wearing a thigh high slit dress as a teacher going to school. And I will agree with that, like, because that is very suggestive. And as a young man, when I can remember being 15 and having teacher crushes and be like, boy, I tell you, sorry, you know what I'm saying?
But
like,
do we? And I'm super sorry.
No, because I'm probably about to say some dumb shit and put my foot in my mouth.
I'm here to save you. You know what I'm saying? We save each other. I almost got beat up by the whole wrestling community. I think. And I'm not saying this strongly, but I'm like you as a guy, you got to learn to operate in the world, even though women are amazing. Eventually,
that's exactly.
And I'm like, when does that happen? Does that happen in college? Does that happen at 15? Does that happen at 10? Because I struggle with this. Women look crazy all the time, and I'm trying to get to work. I'm taking a walk in the park, and I'm like, I wish I had those things that horses have, so I could just be like, I'm just trying to fucking go to the goddamn grocery store and they're everywhere and they look amazing. But that's on me. That's my job to just be like, cool. You just hold it in. It's a vein.
And that's what you do. And that's what you do. You hone that shit in. Yeah. Like, that's what you learn. Hey.
So when do you learn? Like, at what point do we put it on guys to just be like, you still got to study? Because you know what? I think that clarifies my question. When do we start saying that it's on the guy?
Man, okay, hold on. First of all, before we get straight back on the niggas.
Okay, sorry.
There is like a point because there is a point. It's like, okay, well, hey, how about you not just do this thing in the first place? Okay, because it's distracting.
That begs the question.
I think
I'm not talking about everything. Yeah. I'm not talking about everything, but like, say for instance, the lace strap heels, lace strap heels, like that accentuate your sexiness or accentuate your bodily features, or a thigh high slit dress,
slit that shows skin, and
a slit that shows all skin. That's on. Yeah, like how about we have a conversation? We can at least say, okay, yeah, she shouldn't be doing that. Kind of tripping.
I guess I'm trying to find where
how about the niggas? How about we just
okay? So because I'm trying to find where the far tail is of this. Because I'm like, if we wanted to say there's like, if a woman was coming to her office job at Google with a slit that goes all the way up to here, and she's like, yeah, fuck you, I do look good. You still need to keep doing your coding job. Like, and yeah, I like looking sexy. I'd kind of be open to that argument.
Well, we compare a grown man to a child.
No, and which is what I think is key. At what point do we say it's on the other person? It's not. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to find out where.
I think that's a fair question. I just didn't want to skate over some of the agency here that
okay.
I think that's why I'm more comfortable framing it the way I tried to frame it, right? Which is again, the body of research saying that like professional dress equals a respect quotient equals student performance. Student performance is what ultimately like we want from school, right? We want positive outcomes defined by different things in different studies from school from that perspective. In terms of like distracting a 15-year-old nigga, I think the 15-year-old nigga needs to start stepping into a realm where they can control themselves. And I think we also have this the story I tell all the time is that people turn 25 and they forget that children are like creatures with agency that can like do shit by and large. In individual anecdotal perspectives notwithstanding, right? Children learn how to control their emotions at every level of being a childhood throughout their development. Why can't we expect them to control themselves from that perspective? I do think there's some level of professionalism that is required in terms of people's dress from that perspective, but mostly because I think that it goes back to a respect like situation in terms of outcomes. And I think that if you look at even workplace stuff, there's similar research, right? But in terms of saying like you can't dress this way because like it distracts the young man, I'm completely against that shit. Because again, learn to control yourself.
Okay.
Little kids learn not to steal early. Little kids learn not to fight early. Little kids learn how to do a lot of shit early.
Then?
Right.
What do you mean?
And then,
well, because you're saying I'm willing to kind of have a conversation about the way that a woman dressing impacts negatively how much people respect one another, taking out the fact that there's an age thing there, but. Yeah, and I'm willing to say that there's a professionalism there in order to get, guys to respect their teacher enough, despite the fact that she's a woman that dresses a certain way, to be able to get the outcomes. That doesn't seem any different to me.
No, that's completely different because that also applies to men, right? So, for example, like men, like these teachers that are males have come into these situations where like you got these niggas like dressing like these young jerk boys and shit. And the professionalism aspect also comes into like male teachers have better like outcomes when they wear like a shirt and tie.
Okay, so it's not sexy. It's
that's a gender neutral stance in terms of that situation. That's
that makes your stance a little bit more make sense.
I mean, a little bit, but like because bro, like I feel like, because I get it, man. I love women. Like I want to stand up, cheer for women, and I want to see women succeed. I want to see them liberated. But it's like at a certain point, bro, like we got to call a spade a spade. And I mean, hey, if this is not your viewpoint, it ain't your viewpoint. But I just feel like it's, and not saying that I guess that technically would be saying me. I'm sorry, I'm having two conversations, one out loud and one in my head.
No, you good. Because it's a lot of different thoughts, yeah.
Because it's just like, because at a certain point, bro, it's okay to say she tripping. Like it, and it's to put everything on a 15-year-old child.
No,
I feel like that's kind of irresponsible and negligent almost, like, because there's so many different things that distracts a child anyway, besides maybe like the sex appeal of a teacher in the class. Why add another thing onto that? You're not gonna be like, if a teacher came in here with her titties out, like full breast on, like, oh well, young nigga, what you looking at it for? You need to learn how to concentrate. Why should you have to learn to concentrate through that in the first place when you're trying to learn about math? I get it. I want to see like women, like, be able to do what they want to do, but it's also there is a time and a place for certain things. Certain stuff is not always appropriate. Like I don't feel like defending that just as a blanket statement is cool. Honestly.
I don't even disagree with you necessarily, but sorry, go ahead.
The reason why I think that gets dicey is because of how this cuts across intersectional lines and how this impacts women of a certain body type that tends to lean more minority. And even within minorities, it tends to lean more black, right? And again, if she was built like fucking Taylor Swift, we wouldn't be having a conversation about her having a high slit. So again, we might, when I say that, like when I say we wouldn't be having this conversation, I mean the zeitgeist wouldn't be having
it's shit that Taylor Swift could wear that we would be having this conversation. But that goes back to my point about different bodies have different accentuating things.
It would. Yeah, I'm sure it would, right? I'm sure there would be things that Taylor Swift would wear that would be doing. I'm saying that if Taylor Swift was wearing like most of the styles that I've seen in this video, like she wouldn't be doing that. That's the point I'm making, right? So I think that when you have that context, oftentimes it is literally just about the body types that we're policing. And again, if you want to say she wants to come in a muumuu, again, I can lust after a woman in a muumuu. So
It's
where
gonna
does the
be
line
harder
drop?
though.
Where does
Come
the
on.
no, but that's the point, right? So that's the point,
Oh,
right?
where does
So
it
if you
start?
start, yeah, where does the line go in terms of like how much you gotta like appeal to me as a young male that can't control myself, right? So those lines get really murky. I think it's a much easier line to draw that says like, hey, young man, focus. Because the lines are different for all of these like young guys, right? And again, children learn how to control themselves fairly early in a lot of the areas. Learn this, and I think high school is a good place to start.
And I think to try and address your point more directly, Josh, and like I want to emphasize a lot. I don't know what I think about this. I'm just throwing out different opinions that are popping up in my head because both
I
of y'all
too
are
am
making
divided.
great.
Yeah.
I too am
Y'all are
divided.
making
I don't
great
have the
goddamn
answer.
arguments. I think
I'm
when I'm
divided
thinking
as
of
well. Mhm.
when I think about what you were saying, Josh, I'm like those because you're kind of assuming where the line is, and I feel like the example that I gave about like when do we expect boys and men to start being able to
Yeah.
function in a society that has attractive women. To me, I don't think that's jumping over it. I think that's what the conversation is, which is at some point it is there. And if your argument, for instance, is 15 isn't it, then I'm like, that's a pretty strong argument. If you're going like at 15, we don't have time to focus on that. We just want outcomes. We want this nigga to learn math.
I think
That level of self-control maybe isn't where we want to put the onus yet. We want to put it on the grown adult. If that's what you're saying, then that makes sense.
Honestly, if you would have asked me that question directly, I would say that starts before they're 15. Like that starts like when they're in the single digits. Like just teach, like we really should be teaching like young kids, young boys to respect women. Of course, you're gonna have like your natural urges. Like everybody, like especially when you go through puberty, you start learning about sex. Like you get horny, blah, whoop, whoop, whoop. But just baseline education should be to respect women, and
Okay.
you know what I mean. Like so that conversation should start way before 15, and when you should control yourself. Because what does control yourself look like? These young niggas ain't goddamn going up there and like just trying to
Okay, wait.
assault this woman.
Can we go back and clarify what we're talking about? Because I agree. I think the language of control brings up a whole goddamn like set of criminal offenses that we're not even fucking talking about here. We're literally just talking about being able to concentrate. Like we're not like it's not even an act of disrespect for a 15-year-old boy to be like, oh shit, sorry, Miss Johnson. Yeah, that's not I don't consider that to be a crime that the kid is committing. It just is negative impacts on him mostly. So just correcting the language to like being able to focus.
Bet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that's me just
Let's
correcting
just
what I
say
was saying.
focus instead of control, because that does sound like we're placing like criminal agency on on like 15-year-olds.
Reeling it
That's
back.
just in the class.
Yeah.
What's good, folks? You already know what time it is. It is time for your boy to tell you about our brand new card game. Nah. In all seriousness, the camera's a little fucked up. You can't see it all too good, but you get the point. It is very high quality. You know what I'm saying? Look at the colors, baby. We did it again. Yes, we are back. But with this one, this card game has got range just like us. So the cool thing about this card game, you still get 50 cards, but it's 100 props. And with these 100 props, you get to choose the destiny of the conversation. Well, technically, maybe not, because you either get to choose between incredibly silly, stupid, or very serious, very deep, very thought-provoking conversations. So you get to choose the direction of the conversation, but you are the captain of your ship. So, hey, the destiny is also in there too. But you'll never know until you get a deck of these bad boys right here. So make sure you go to shop.wavingtheredflag.com and get you a deck today. Channel members, you also get a discount also. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Join the club, man. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? It's about a couple bucks a month. You know what I'm saying? If you want to join the community, get a couple extra discounts. Support those who support you, as my good brother Alvin likes to say. And to everyone who already purchased and everyone who's already joined the community, thank you so much for your support, as always. So, but I mean, again, like I would still say, and Alvin, I get what you're saying. Again, I want women to succeed. I still think it's a time and a place for things. And you would not go to school in a bikini and start teaching mathematics, start teaching algebra.
I mean, you could.
And like you're like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Nigga, you need to learn how to focus, bro. Hey, bro, it's a perfect time, my nigga. Shit.
Now's the time. You know what I'm saying? 10th grade. You need to learn at some point.
You need to lock in, dog. Shoot.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to lock
this
in.
math ain't gonna learn itself.
To a new beach.
How you gonna do math at a nude beach without these skills, bro? This is essential.
So I don't necessarily disagree. I think the context of this is the conversation in the zeitgeist, again, not us. The zeitgeist is that she has already crossed the line, and I would say that she hasn't. I would say that people are policing her body because she's voluptuous in most of the situations that I've seen from that perspective. I would say that, again, if Taylor Swift was wearing that cutoff white vest and that skirt at that same length, nobody would say shit.
Those
and
heels,
I think
I would disagree, but I agree with the rest.
And
of the
that's
thing.
what people were calling out.
Yeah,
and it's stuff where see that down. Like, you don't need the straps like that.
Yeah, you can put the kitten heels on and teach that class.
Yeah, and I would even disagree with the heels. But again, I respect y'all opinions on that one. So I think the fact that we even have to jump as far to say like a bikini means that this line is a lot more ambiguous than we're projecting it, even in this conversation.
I mean,
certainly in the zeitgeist. And I think that the way that you you remove the ambiguity from that situation is you shift some of the onus onto like the root cause of this situation. Because again, the fact that we have to jump out the gym and say like a nude beach and a bikini versus something that like somebody else. I think
you're being dishonest in your characterization of like why he even brought that up. Like we're going the line has already been passed, and here's an example of an even crazier line. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I led with the fact that I don't think the line has been passed, and I've said that several times.
Yeah.
And again,
but then you're saying
what I'm doing is I'm trying to navigate a conversation that I think we're having in terms of all of us addressing the zeitgeist. So I'm trying not to directly say like you're wrong with that one, because I think we're all on the same spectrum of the same spot. So I'm trying to navigate a zeitgeist conversation while also talking to y'all. So I think that if I say that I don't think she's crossed the line, and I think that a lot of people,
them booty shorts ain't cross the line, because you said
that is the one. But like out of that, like we saw like a montage of like 12 outfits, and I saw like one outfit that I was doing, and then a lot of the stuff that was even shown from some of those videos wasn't even at school. So like it's like we're seeing montages of stuff that was.
Most of them were at school. I went to her page.
There was one outfit, in the other page that we saw, the R. Shelley clip, and like we saw several videos like that. One of those was in like a limousine.
Yeah, she was in a car. Yeah, like that out. Yeah, that was a club outfit. The rest of them, majority of them, they were in school. I went to this one.
Yeah, and I saw Yeah, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure she probably is a great teacher at the actual art of being able to transfer knowledge. But when it comes to social media shit, she treat that shit like content creation. Dead ass. Like, she be in school, teacher bae. That's Miss Williams' teacher bae. That's her thing. Like, on some level, she know what she doing.
Do you think that, okay, just because I'm thinking back to that conversation we had about the braids dude a while back, and I'm just trying to like see if there's any bias in the way that I at least am like looking at some of this, because I'm like, that seems like a bit of a jump to me. Maybe like people want to look attractive all the time. That's not necessarily directed at specific people. Like, people want to look good, and that's different than like I'm trying to excite the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, that seems like a bit of a jump to me.
I mean, I wouldn't. Okay, so when I say she knows what she's doing, I don't necessarily. Okay, that does sound like I'm saying like she's trying to excite the children, but that's not necessarily what I mean. Like, in totality of intent, it's she knows that she looks good, and the fact that she's getting attention, like people are looking at her, whether that be a kid, the other teachers, the compliments that she's getting from women, is feeding into, oh, okay, I like to dress like this. I dress like this more. I like to sexify it up a little bit. I'm not gonna fuck a kid. Maybe she ain't thinking like, maybe she's not actually trying to have sex with the students. But I do think she gets off on the attention from her. I don't
think that's that big of an issue by itself.
By itself, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but
because you can dress, like, okay. So for instance, if we're talking about a guy teacher,
it's like the provocative.
Okay,
it's like the provocative.
Oh, you mean like she kind of knows that this is going to be a bit scandalous? Is that almost kind of what you're getting at?
You know what I'm saying? Because like, it kind of be like a sex symbol in the classroom or like around children. Like, it's not necessarily for children, but I just so happen to be a teacher. But I also like the idea of being a sex symbol. Not saying that she has this stance, but like it's just kind of like the optics of it.
Maybe, because I'm like, if you wearing a bikini at a beach that teenage boys are at, that's like a non-issue. I think that the main issue is the thing that Alvin brought up, which is just, does it have an actual impact on outcomes? Like, is it harming the kids' intended outcomes in this context is the main thing.
The answer is potentially yes.
Yeah,
Like,
which is
it's potentially yes. So
no, and I think we all already agree on that. I think between the three of us, there's no ambiguity on that one.
I don't know, because like honestly, if I had Miss Williams when I was 15 to 16, I would look forward to going to her class. I'd be like, shoot, let me get 100. Goddamn, I'm trying to be teacher.
You're not wrong because
shoot,
I
that
did
might
have
push me to greatness, nigga. Goddamn.
the finest teachers I ever had. I was doing great in their classes. You know what I mean? I was trying to flex a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Getting good grades, but also being distracted, like talking to them and shit, and being like, anyway, I'm done, Mrs. Such and Such. So what are you up to after this? You know, like dumb shit like that. You know what I mean?
Test is done.
Dorky ass. Yeah, exactly.
You get done before everybody else.
Yeah.
You need some help grading the papers?
Yeah. Yeah. I can come by after class, you know.
Yo,
also just to as Alvin has said previously, we are joking. It is completely inappropriate under any context for any adult teacher to entertain that kind of behavior from a kid, even if I was doing that. She would have been in the wrong if she had done anything. Not that she would have, because I was dorky as fuck. So I don't know what I thought I was doing, but I just want to clarify that. We're not condoning any of that bullshit.
Yeah, no, we're not condoning that. We're not condoning that at all. Y'all remember that episode where Arnold had a crush on his teacher? And he went to her house?
Went to her house. What happened?
No, y'all don't remember that episode?
Nah, I don't think so. I remember he had a crush on a woman, on a girl, and then she didn't like him back, and then he was chasing her, and Helga was chasing him. I remember that one.
Oh yeah, man, that was a classic episode. But yeah, there was like one episode when Arnold had a big crush on his teacher. Like he was basically like the teacher's favorite, like the teacher's favorite or whatever. And she was like, and it came across like she was flirting with the little nigga. She was like, "Oh, Arnold, I'm quite partial to Arnold's." Come to find out, her boyfriend named Arnold. So Arnold, the kid, thought that she was feeling him. You was like, hell yeah, shit.
Yeah, I'm Arnold. Shit. Football head, baby.
She want to invite me over, bro. And that was crazy because she actually invited a fourth grader over to her house alone, unaccompanied.
It's also New York City, man, in like the 90s. Yeah. I don't know what shit was different back then.
You know, which is crazy. Like that was in a cartoon, like a grown ass teacher invited like a elementary schooler to her house.
It felt like a different time. I'm not excusing it as if it was some sexual shit, but I feel like it wouldn't be. You tell me this: would it be crazy for a fourth grade teacher to invite her students to her house with their parents? Would that be crazy? Like in now times,
I've done that. Again, I was in school a long time ago, but like, I definitely went to teachers' houses like as a part of groups in high school. And also, like, there's other examples of that in like pop culture, like Saved by the Bell is a good example. The first 2 seasons, when like they would just keep popping up at Miss Bliss's house. Again, the 90s was just different.
And then I think that just parental supervision was different back then. So it's just like, hey, I'm going to Miss Such and Such's house because she's my teacher. And what is 4th grade? That's
also
8?
smaller towns potentially. I think like that was like a thing.
It's a secondary parent kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm making excuses. I don't know because I don't know what the hell.
But to your point
in this episode, before I start finish it,
now would be crazy. And also the context of how these conversations evolved. It seemed kind of
now unsupervised is definitely crazy. I wouldn't. I mean, just from even if you have no fucked up crazy intentions as a teacher, you would be like, no, the parent needs to come, like, y'all need to be here at this, extracurricular dinner I'm doing for my students kind of thing. I would think.
It was probably things that were happening that were bad in those circumstances because it was unsupervised.
Kids was disappearing and shit. Crazy.
Yeah.
Shit.
So like moving past that is I think ultimately a good thing. But I would just say that it wasn't super rare. Like again, there were multiple teachers' houses that I had been to in high school.
Yeah.
As a part of a group, never alone. I would say
alone. No, actually, I think alone is crazy in the 90s. Even I think once you, because 4th grade is different. I feel like high school boy alone at their teachers in 95 that's still crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, if you just inviting a student over for dinner, because that was the situation in the cartoon. That she was just invited Arnold over for dinner. Arnold thought he was about, he thought he was about to, get some action. Come to find out,
a 10-year-old is thinking that though, right?
Her boy in the show, Arnold was clearly interested.
He was thinking that. So that's a good point.
He was innocent, but he was like, "Yo, she liked me. I'm about to." Yeah. He was open.
We going on a date.
He was so disappointed when he found out she had a boyfriend.
Man,
He
that's
thought he was in there. Like
you should be thinking, it's like this grown ass lady. I can't believe she's married. I thought we were gonna have a life together.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, bro. I mean, I can see, like, just based on like context of a situation, like, okay, we had to stop by like such and such's house real quick to get some in and out. But then again, why are you with your teacher? But context depends on the situation. But just inviting a student over to your house for dinner unaccompanied, well, it's definitely worthy of an eyebrow. The fuck?
All right,
What's going on there?
I think we've muddied the situation and come to no real conclusion. So let us know in the comments what y'all think.
We did not. You should have had a woman discussing this conversation.
Oh, we need to get a thick teacher. Can we get the thick teacher on the podcast?
Expert.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. An expert
Or
on
an
dress
expert.
code.
That's an expert to me.
We need a expert on every single topic that we talk about.
Oh, we can't talk about it. That's big.
We can't talk about it. Hey, Josh.
Here.
You know what I've always wanted to do?
Nah, bro. What's that?
I want to take those conversations that we have at the barbershop home with me.
Those good heartfelt ones.
Those good heartfelt ones, man. Come and join our inner circle for the people that prefer long form content. If you don't just want the 15 to 20 minute clips, you can watch the full podcast, and you get discounts on merch, including our brand new card game, In All Seriousness. Right now, we are running a special where a full annual membership is 50% off, only $42. Become a part of that community, get access to our Discord, and take the barbershop home with you. Thank you.
And those full episodes, baby.
That's the yeah. If you want to watch us bullshit for a solid hour and a half, 2 hours, and you don't want to have that interrupted little fucking ad break, every single week we drop them.
Drop them like draws.
I don't really drop my draws. I kind of do it through the little pajama hole.
That makes sense.
Huh,
That's what from a tactical perspective, that seems more your style. You don't want to be too
100%.
exposed. Take the PP out through the hole.
Just run out. Yeah.
You never know. He just.
Absolutely.
It's a red flag.